100 Civics Questions 2025, 2008 Test, Animated Q&A for Memory Boost. Part 3, 21 to 30. The office feels comfortable and familiar now. Andrea pours a glass of water for David, who smiles as he settles into his seat, ready for another round of questions.
Welcome back, David. You're making steady progress. How did your practice go since our last session?
Thanks, Andrea. I tried practicing with my family, and my daughter even quizzed me on some of the questions. I feel a little more confident, especially when I say the answers out loud.
That's fantastic. Teaching or explaining to someone else is a great way to remember. Let's keep up the momentum today. I'll read each question and answer choices just like before. Remember, answer in full sentences to help your speaking skills. Ready?
Ready.
Question 21. Name 3 of the 13 original states. A. New York, New Jersey, and New Hampshire. B. California, Texas, and Florida. C. Ohio, Michigan, and Illinois.
I'll go with A. New York, New Jersey, and New Hampshire.
Correct. These 3 were part of the original 13 colonies that declared independence from Britain in 1776. The original states are mostly along the East Coast, and many of them begin with new. Remembering these helps connect U.S. history to its beginnings. Question 22. What group of people was taken to America and sold as slaves? A. Europeans. B. Asians. C. Africans.
I'll go with C. Africans.
Exactly. Africans were forcibly brought to America and sold as slaves, especially in the southern colonies, starting in the 1600s. This is a tragic and important part of U.S. history, with lasting impacts still discussed today. Question 23. What is the branch or part of the government? A. Congress. B. The President. C. The Supreme Court.
I'll go with B. The President.
That's right. The government is divided into 3 branches: the legislative, Congress; the executive, the President; and the judicial, the Supreme Court and other courts. The President leads the executive branch, responsible for enforcing the nation's laws. Question 24. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. A. The Mexican-American War. B. The Revolutionary War. C. The Civil War.
I'll go with C. The Civil War.
Correct. The Civil War was fought from 1861 to 1865 between the northern states, the Union, and the southern states, the Confederacy. The main issue was slavery, and the war resulted in the end of slavery in the U.S. Question 25. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? A. Herbert Hoover. B. Franklin D. Roosevelt. C. Harry Truman's.
I'll go with B. Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Exactly. Franklin D. Roosevelt, often called FDR, led the country through the economic crisis of the Great Depression and almost all of World War II. He is the only U.S. president elected to 4 terms and is remembered for his leadership in difficult times. Question 26. What is the highest court in the United States? A. The Supreme Court. B. The Court of Appeals. C. The District Court.
I'll go with A. The Supreme Court.
That's correct. The Supreme Court is the highest and most powerful court in the country. It has the final say on cases about the Constitution and laws, and its decisions are binding on all other courts. Question 27. When was the Constitution written? A. 1865. B. 1492. C. 1787.
I'll go with C. 1787.
Right. The Constitution was written in 1787 in Philadelphia. It created the framework for the U.S. government and is still the nation's highest law. The year 1787 is a key date to remember for citizenship. Question 28. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? A. The temperance movement. B. The civil rights movement. C. The women's suffrage movement.
I'll go with B. The civil rights movement.
Exactly. The civil rights movement in the 1950s and 1960s worked to end racial segregation and discrimination, especially against African Americans. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. played key roles in fighting for equality. Question 29. Where is the Statue of Liberty? A. Boston. B. Philadelphia. C. In the New York Harbor.
I'll go with C. In the New York Harbor.
Correct. The Statue of Liberty stands on Liberty Island in the New York Harbor. It was a gift from France and is a symbol of freedom and hope for immigrants arriving in America. Question 30. How long do we elect a president for? A. 6 years. B. 2 years. C. 4 years.
I'll go with C. 4 years.
That's right. The president is elected for a 4-year term and can serve a maximum of 2 terms, 8 years total. This 4-year cycle is a core part of the American political system. You did fantastic, David. You're really starting to sound confident with your answers. Were there any questions this time that felt easier or more difficult for you?
Thanks. I think I find the history questions about dates or wars easier, especially when I connect them to things I've seen in movies or books. Sometimes I get a little nervous with questions about government branches or remembering the exact year.
That's very normal. For facts like years or government structure, it helps to use simple memory tricks, like remembering 1787 as the year the Constitution was written, or picturing 3 branches of a tree to remember the 3 branches of government. And you did a great job answering in full sentences. That's excellent for your interview.
Practicing out loud is definitely helping. I'm still worried about making mistakes, though.
Mistakes are part of learning. If you're unsure during your interview, you can always pause and take a breath. Officers appreciate it when you speak clearly and try your best. You can even ask for the question to be repeated if you need it. The important thing is to show you understand, not to be perfect every time.
That's good to hear. I think I'm starting to enjoy learning this history.
That's wonderful, David. You're not just preparing for a test, you're building your future as a citizen. Each session, you're getting stronger. Keep practicing out loud, and soon, this will all feel natural. I'm very proud of your progress. Ready for the next round when you are.
Thank you, Andrea. I feel more confident every time we meet.